All right, just finished up our final practice in preparation for Air Force, and as usual, our guys have always taken a very good approach to their preparation, and was pleased with the week of practice. And in particular, Tommy Reese had a good week. Having that continuity at the quarterback position Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday is always good for the unit. Last year it was kind of a off and on situation with Everett being injured at times. It was never a really good flow for our offense, so it was good to have Tommy out there. He took all the first team reps today and looked really good. Defensively, obviously, from that standpoint, the biggest concern there is you're playing an option team, and the discipline required there. But practiced well, and excited. The guys are excited about playing Air Force. So with that, I'll open up to questions.
Kind of week did Andrew have in Malik?
Yeah. Tuesday they got a lot of reps, both of them. Tommy probably got about 25% of the reps on Tuesday. So Andrew got a good amount of the reps on Tuesday, a lot with the ones. Liked what he did, a lot more confident. Malik got more reps than he's gotten all year. Wednesday, we changed that up. Malik got less reps. Tommy ate up more of the first team, though Andrew got probably about, I would say if you're breaking him down, he still got some first team reps, which he normally doesn't get on Wednesday. And then today it went back to Tommy first team reps, Andrew second team reps, and Malik didn't get any. So they're all prepared. Andrew's more prepared in terms of the rep work that he got than he's ever been.
Where is Lewis Nix in his health?
He's not going to travel. He's not prepared to play. When you're playing an option team, you really need work, and he hasn't been able to practice, so we're not going to take him with us.
So what are your plans there? Is that, does Schwenke get most
Yeah.
of the reps, or does?
Yeah, Kona will be the guy.
How about Shoemate? Is he out this week?
We're going to take him. He won't start, but he's probably in an emergency situation right now. It'll be Farley and Collinsworth as the 1-2 right now.
Is that Hardy and Redfield?
Yes. Yeah, it'll be similar to USC, although Shoemate is closer to helping us in an emergency situation.
I want to ask you, switching gears, we talked about a lot of the offensive linemen, but your evaluation of Chris Watt this season?
Steady. Yeah. Real steady play. It's I'm reminded sometimes of the fact that when you have somebody like a Chris Watt that is not spectacular but so steady, and then Bill Tobin from longtime GM in the NFL, who's now with the Bengals, walks up to you. It tells you how much he loves Chris Watt. About how consistent he is on a day-to-day basis. It kind of reminds you of what a great player you have. Sometimes you don't realize that because sometimes he's overshadowed by Martin on the left side, but he's been such a consistent player for us.
Last year, I think you said Martin was grading out. This is the end of the year, around 92%, and no one was close. Did he kind of get a little bit closer? Did Watt kind of make up some of that ground?
Yeah, Watt's had one subpar game under that threshold of between 88 and 92%. He's been a high and consistent grader for us.
Brian, when you're kind of put together your defense for these option teams or quasi-option teams, do you look at a guy like Rochelle who had a lot of experience in high school and a lot of experience going against option in high school? Does that play into your personnel decisions?
No, not really. Though both of them will play a lot. Certainly Stefan will start, and Isaac Rochelle will play in a rotation for us. You know, we're going into an altitude which is going to require us to play now with Lewis down. You know, we're going to have to play in a rotation, so Isaac Rochelle will have to play for us. And it doesn't hurt, certainly, that they've got a background there. But you know, I don't think go into it saying, hey, they've got a high school background in playing option, because we do play it a little bit differently.
One guy I want to ask you about on offense, people ask me about is Corey Robinson. Had a good game early in the season. It seems like there hasn't been as many opportunities. Do you still feel the same way about him as you did? Why do you think there aren't as many opportunities?
You know, we got a lot of man-to-man press coverage. You know, he's still finding his way. You know, physically, you know, he can be rerouted a little bit, but in certain parts of the field, he can be a weapon for us, and we've got to, you know, obviously continue to have him part of the game plan. I think you'll see him a little bit more this week. I think you'll find him to be on the field a little bit more.
I know this isn't your favorite thing when we see things on Twitter, but Jerron Jones tweeted something about being in Rochester. Is he not going to be on the trip?
No, he's going to be on the trip. He flew home for a family emergency.
Okay.
There was a death in the family. He'll attend a service, and then he will be put on a flight to Colorado Springs. But he'll suffer the same Twitter violation that my friend Malik Zaire suffered.
Obviously, kind of a special situation for Isaac this week, going up against his brother.
Yeah.
Do you talk to him to make sure his mind is still focused in going into that type of thing?
Yeah, he's a pretty mature kid. He's pretty excited about playing the game, and he may even be matched up against his brother. And I wouldn't say he's looking forward to it, but he's excited about playing. And I think that's more than anything else, he's excited about playing, regardless of whether he's playing against his brother or not. He knows he's going to get in the game, and he's really excited about that. And so we've really talked about being prepared for the game more so than he's aware of it. He's aware that his brother could line up against him. His brother's in a rotation at left tackle. So, yeah, we've had conversations about it, and he smiles about it. But I think what his focus is, in terms of what he's said to me, is that he's just really excited about playing.
With Malik, I mean, we're asking you just like how ready he is and how many reps he's getting. I mean, through the course of the season, since he's been back from mono, I mean, how many first-team reps does he get? Is it
Not many.
Any?
This week he got a handful of first-team reps.
And have you spent a whole lot of time trying to get an evaluation on him, or
Yeah,
you
we
have
had
so
the
much
whole
work
spring,
with
and we
Tommy
had,
and-
4 weeks in the, we had about 4 weeks in preseason camp. So he's going to be a really good player. Yeah.
A couple games ago, you mentioned playing Steve Elmer because he gave you a little bit more size, and you've continued to play him. What are you, besides that additional size, what are you seeing from him?
He's got a great motor. He's a better game player than he is a practice player. He has a unique sense of the game for a young kid. Picks up things that occur in the game that you just react to. He has a knack of sensing and feeling things in the game that you really can't teach. Practice sometimes, the best way I can put it is that he knows enough to be dangerous. And then in the game, he belies that fact with doing some things that he looks like a 10-year veteran. So he's a really unique kid in that sense. Now we're counting on him because Christian's out for the year. Lombard had back surgery the other day, so he's got to be in there full time. But he has this unique. You like the way I dropped that one in there? I threw that in there without missing a beat. Yeah, he hurt his back. He's had a back issue, a disc, and that disc herniated in conditioning. And we had to go in yesterday immediately, and he had a discectomy. They took out about, a 4-centimeter herniation of his disc, and so he'll be lost for the season.
Good thing I asked about Elmer.
Yeah, you must have known. Would you guys know before I do anyway? So I don't know why I'm surprised.
Is that the operation you had? Did you have this?
Yes, it was very similar.
Okay.
Very similar. Yep.
So,
I'll be. Yeah, I was back a lot quicker than he'll be back.
so is Hanratty the next
Yes.
option? And
Yes.
Like, even if a tackle gets injured, then Elmer moves out to tackle, and then Hanratty goes into.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. So it's that. Just to finish your question, what does he bring? As we were going along with both of the kids, Elmer and Lombard, during practice, you'd say he's a young kid, right? And then he'd get in the game and he'd do some things and you go, wow.
So when they do that in the game, you expect more from them in practice, don't you?
Yeah, but then you're always, you're always saying, he only knows so much. He only has so much experience. But, he was balancing it out by the way he was playing.
Good game instincts.
Really good game instincts, absolutely. Yeah.
Would you be ready next week?
We're hopeful. Yeah. I mean, he's moving around pretty good. He just wasn't able to take any reps, and we're running against an option team, and to throw him in there without really being able to engage the way you need those guys to be engaged, it doesn't make any sense to play him.
I apologize for asking this question. I should have asked it Tuesday as a follow-up, but one of the most popular questions we get is with the shotgun formation, near the goal line. With the average fan, and I guess even me, the perception is if you're so close to the goal line, does that not give an advantage to the defense? That when the snap is taken by the quarterback, it gives the defense extra time for penetration. As a coach, what's your response?
Well, there's versatility in the shotgun that allows you to do a number of different things. The ball can get on the perimeter quickly. You can transition, to catch, to throw quickly. Look, I think when you get down there, you do what you do. You commit yourself to what it is. I think for us, we needed to cover up an edge where we let an overhang get in on 4th down. We ran power, which is what we do down there. We needed to cover up an edge. And so that was more about execution as to the play, more so than whether we were in shotgun or pistol, in my estimation, in terms of answering your question. So I have no problem running an offense from the goal line. I think there's pluses and minuses to being in direct snap, pistol, or shotgun. I think you've got, more than anything else, you got to do what you do when you get down there. And you got to rep it, and you got to be good at what you do down there.
Brian, what gives you the confidence to go back to Cam after he had the fumble last week?
Did we go back to him?
The next series.
We did.
Uh-huh.
Just trust the kid. I think his body of work, the way he comes to work every day, his relationships with us in terms of what we see from him, we trust him. And I think a lot of it is, he's a guy that does the things the right way, and when you have that, sometimes things just happen, Helmet gets on the ball the right way and you just can't control it. So, if he carried the ball sloppily in practice, and he was known as a guy that put the ball on the ground, we probably wouldn't have went back to him. But he doesn't have a history of it. He doesn't carry himself that way as a guy that doesn't pay attention to detail, and we trust him. So that's why we went right back to him.
And I just wanted to confirm, Luke had the shoulder last week, but is it more the shoulder or leg?
It's more his knee he's got more tendonitis, just soreness, and hasn't really been able to get in there. Good. All right.